the off-the-wall records that are just kind of floating around right now and people are breaking. Like, do I have a shot at a record if I can just find something crazy?
I'm sure you can. Like, I mean, we've seen the strollers for a while, right? Like a lot of people have been pushing strollers. I think the record for that's probably down in the 2 teens, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody's got a real like a ridiculously fast stroller record. Like it seems like this past like spring marathon season, we've seen an influx of those off the wall records that you were talking about there, Jake. Like the guy who ran, I think he ran like 2:32 in a banana costume. Like what the heck is that? Like 2:36, I think, in a pair of jeans.
So if you're gonna try for some obscure marathon record, what are we doing?
The Pajama World record is the fastest marathon dressed as a skeleton.
What's considered the skeleton? I'd have to see what's considered a skeleton costume.
Yeah, does it have to be like full face mask and everything, or can it just be the body?
Jake, do you want the fastest marathon and dressed as a road vehicle, or dressed as a Star Wars character?
What do you think the fastest marathon running backwards is? What happens when 3 runners
from different parts of the country
with different running stories
all get together?
Pure
RunTok
madness.
So listen in as we talk about all things running related.
And some things that maybe aren't running related.
As it's bound to be a good time. This is
RunTok Live.
Welcome to another episode of RunTok Live. I actually forgot to check in on what episode this is. I think it's 52, 53. Let me verify that real quick. I'm pretty sure it's 52. So, 52, episode 52. Welcome to episode 52 of RunTok Live. Carolyn dressed for the occasion, but didn't wear a hat. What's going on, Carolyn?
So this is the last day I could do paperwork, get work done before the school year ends. So for the listener, I'm a speech therapist at a school, and I had to bill for 70 kids and prepare for checkout. So had to go in looking nice and just basically got home, cooked dinner, and here we are.
Wait, you're not a full-time RunTok Live podcast co-host?
I am, but, at work, I have to tell my boss, I'm pretending to be a school speech therapist, but really I'm a podcast co-host.
I think we really just need the listeners' help to get the word out there so that, we can really, really focus on the podcasts.
Right.
Sorry, priorities are jacked. I apologize, guys.
But
I met in one of my run groups. I met a guy. He came out. He comes to some of the local races, and he started telling me. He goes, "Yeah, I have a podcast that he doesn't talk about. He talks about a little bit of everything, like not just running, but like just everything." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I have a podcast too." And he goes, "Oh, how long have you been around?" And I was telling him, and he showed me his podcast. His podcast, he's in like this full-on soundproof room. He's got like a professional neon sign in the background with interview chairs set up. And he's like, "Oh, let me see your podcast setup." I was like, maybe I'll show you another time. Let's just focus on your podcast setup. We don't need to talk about me. I'm too humble for that.
So, for the listener, if you're not watching this on YouTube, Jake has a very distinct glow about his frame. We just can't get the lighting right. I mean, really it's what it is. But that's not what this podcast is not about. Aesthetics, right? It's about the good hard facts that we spit.
I think I figured out the sound finally. I think my sound is finally starting to sound better. So I don't know. Hey, you told me it was last time, but we haven't aired I haven't been able to listen to our last recording, so we got to check and see.
I mean, you sound fine to me.
I mean, I can hear you. I can understand you.
Listen, this was supposed to be a fun conversation, not a pick on Jake. You know what? Next time I'm going to come up, I'm going to have soundproof padding in my entire room in here. I'm going to have a RunTok Live neon sign in the background. Headset, microphone. I'm going to have Zach Galifianakis on the other side with a fern right in between us. That's what we're doing.
Well, I mean, that's what we've been trying to get you to do this whole time, Jake. So
Listen, priorities right now, all right?
invest in the show, man.
I will, eventually. Let me change the subject real quick. Is that a new watch or wristband that you're wearing, Chase?
Me? No, it's just my Apple Watch.
I never noticed it was red.
I started wearing my Apple Watch again probably it's been longer than that. It was towards the end of last year. But no, I still wear my Garmin for running, but just casual everyday walking around. I'll wear my Apple Watch.
Gotcha. And then Carolyn, you brought something up I have to ask. So you said you've been working all day, build out 70 students or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then you said, I haven't ran yet. You're on a streak.
I am.
What are we going to do? Are you going to go running at 9 o'clock at night?
Yes. I'll hop on the treadmill.
Okay.
It is day 1,657.
That's incredible.
I know. I've been quiet about it, honestly, because, in the running world, there's been so many controversial opinions, how you should train, how you should fuel, and everybody has problems with run streaks. So I've just been real quiet about mine.
Well, that's fair. No, I've found that myself too. Like we do have a great community, don't get me wrong, but we also have a pretty judgmental community. So at the end of the day, it can be a little difficult to hear everybody's opinions day in and day out. So we love you guys, but and we respect your right to to say whatever you want, but everybody's a little different,
I agree. And I feel like, well, with my run streak, it's monitored by a doctor. It's monitored by I have a physical therapist. So it's like, it's not like I'm just jacking around running a mile every day. It's literally like monitored by people.
And you define it too. Like it's your personal goal. So you define what that goal is. And if that's running a mile every day, if that's running a foot every day, it doesn't matter. And it's not, it's your goal. So
I agree with you.
And we do a lot of that in the running world. And that's what running is all about, right? It's our own personal goals. And I think I saw somebody else post a video here recently just talking about how, it's hard not to compare yourself to other people, especially when we all share our lives and our training and our results online. But at the end of the day, you're racing against you. You're not racing against anybody else. So when it comes to run streaks or PRs or personal bests or weekly mileage, whatever it is that your goal is, it's your goal. It's not anybody else's.
Yeah, and I think, people can get a little judgy when they can't relate to something. Like, you have your Ninja Creamy every single night. I don't, so I can't talk anything about it. I don't know anything about that world, so I try and shut my mouth because I don't know how to work the thing. I don't know what to put in the stuff. And I feel like sometimes when people don't know your journey, they judge.
Absolutely.
But were you the one that said that you change up your Ninja Creamy flavors every week?
Not every week, but like I make vanilla ice cream in my Ninja Creamy. Like, so First Form has a vanilla ice cream flavor of protein, and it's perfect for making protein ice cream. So then you can, I can put some chocolate syrup in there, about a tablespoon of chocolate syrup, which isn't a whole lot of calories. And it turns my, ice cream chocolate, and it's packed with protein. I love it. Yeah, it's great. Or I can do strawberry if I want to do that.
Whoa there. Okay.
Throw some Oreos in there, make cookies and cream.
Oh man, that just sounds so good.
And I've seen this a lot, like on the X space. the Ninja Creamy has been just blowing up. Everybody's like, dude, this is the best investment that you can make for like your personal dietitian like type lifestyle, because you can make anything with it. You can make any kind of really good sweet, healthy snacks with it, and it's great. I've been saying it for probably over a year now, whether it's ice cream, slushies, whatever. Ninja Creamy has just been the best investment I've ever made.
No Ninja Creamy for me yet, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. I'm still stuck on Smoothie King.
Smoothie King?
Let's go with Smoothie King.
I'll have a Smoothie King, so I guess I can't really take advantage of that.
Well, don't get the new energy booster, so we already talked about that, but
it wasn't like green apple flavor, was it?
It looked like it. It looked like it was a liquefied Jolly Rancher. Like it was. Yeah, it was not good. Listeners, you can use your imagination on what we're talking about there, but don't get the new energy booster for the Smoothie King Smoothie King. But anyways, guys, we got well, you brought something up, Chase, that we were kind of laughing about off air. We should talk about, but the off the wall records that are just kind of floating around right now, and people are breaking the blue jean mile, the even not so off the wall, the dad pushing the kid in the stroller in the marathon, the banana suit. Let's talk about some of those, because some of those, like, do I have a shot at a record if I can just find something crazy?
I'm sure you can. Like, I mean, we've seen the strollers for a while, right? Like a lot of people have been pushing strollers. I think the record for that's probably down in the 2 teens, right? Yeah. Like somebody's got a real, like, a ridiculously fast stroller record. But like it seems like this past like spring marathon season, we've seen an influx of those, off the wall records that you were talking about there, Jake. Like the guy who ran, I think he ran like 2:32 in a banana costume. Like, what the heck is that? Like, who even thinks that? Like, to think of that is one thing, but to think to do that and to run 2:32 is a whole nother thing. Where did that come from?
And were they sponsored by, what is it, Chiquita bananas?
It had to be Chiquita or Dole. Like, what are the 2 other banana brands? Or Chiquita, Dole?
Yeah, I'm assuming that'd be great. Like, I would do it if someone's going to sponsor me and say, "Hey, you got to wear this banana suit for the marathon."
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. I'll take that paycheck.
And then we saw it was actually Trav Haynes. So it was Cam Haynes's was it little brother or son? I can't remember. Anyway, Trav Haynes ran 2:36, I think, in a pair of jeans. He ran in jeans. Yeah. This guy also owns the world record for most pull-ups done. He broke David Goggins' record for most pull-ups in a 24-hour period. So this guy is a legitimate endurance beast. But yeah,
I don't think he owns a T-shirt. Pretty sure he doesn't.
He does not. No, there's no way. Because like when I said he ran in jeans, like that's it. He only ran in jeans. I think he had a hat on, didn't he?
Yeah,
he had a hat on. But
yep. I don't know. What's your, Carolyn? If you're gonna try for some obscure marathon record, what are we doing? What's?
Ooh, the fastest marathon. Well, that's a good question.
We gotta fact check it too. So if
right. So for the listener, pretty much the easiest marathon to set a world record at is in London. And I mean, you have people setting records for fastest marathon dressed as a cheerleader, wearing pajamas. The pajama world record is 3 hours, 6 minutes, and 18 seconds.
Oh, dude, that's the one right there. I've got it.
You can yes. All right. Oh, okay. I can beat this one. The fastest marathon dressed as a skeleton is 3 hours, 51 minutes, and 1 second
Ooh.
for women. I will. Oh,
There you go. There you
yeah.
go. I'll take the pajamas. You take the skeleton.
Yeah,
All right,
what's
we got-
considered the skeleton? I'd have to see what's considered a skeleton costume.
Yeah, does it have to be like full face mask and everything, or can it just be the body?
I think it has to be full. Let's find one for Jake. Okay, Jake. Do you want the fastest marathon in a dressed as a road vehicle, or dressed as a Star Wars character?
Dude,
See, I could do that. I was thinking Ninja
what's the
Turtle.
Star Wars character on?
For the women, it's 3 hours 33. No, yeah, 3 hours 33 minutes and 12 seconds. I'm not seeing one for the men. So if you want to take that one, you can set it for the men.
It's up for grabs.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I
Han
can,
Solo.
as long as I'm not going as like Chewbacca or something.
You can pick one.
No. There's certain characters you don't want to be.
Oh yeah, like the stormtroopers or the R2D2 or
Boba Fett.
yeah, that one.
That would be fun. But no, how about this one, guys? What do you think the fastest marathon running backwards is?
Ooh. Are we talking men or women?
Men.
Men. Backwards. I'd say 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I'm gonna go with 3:38.
You're way close, Chase. It's 3:41:52, and it was set. It was set in last year's Sydney Marathon.
Oh, dang.
By Connor Fitzgerald. Do you know how hard it is?
There's no way anybody's running faster than 3 hours
I was
backwards.
going to say, you know how
Like,
hard it
there's
is?
no way.
Like, I can't even walk backwards for more than 10 seconds. So,
But I feel like if you could train, like people walk backwards on the treadmill all the time. I feel like if you could train.
I mean, I'm sure that record is beatable, but man, 3 hours backwards?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
and
there's
how
no
do you
way.
train for, can you imagine just training for that? Like you're running down
Well,
the river trail, and you just
even 3:38. That's what, like, is that 7?
No, it's an 8.
No, it'd be 7
15?
something.
It's 7 something, right?
You said 3:38?
Or no, 3:41, right?
Oh, 3:41. That's an 8:20.
It's about an 8:25 pace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still,
I mean, that's still pretty impressive. It's not quite as fast as I was thinking. So
I might do it. You know what? I'm going to go test it out. I'm going to try like a quarter mile tomorrow backwards. And let's just see what I can do.
Nice.
I'll be like the people that do the Kipchoge
the treadmill thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll try the 8:25 backwards marathon pace for a quarter mile.
I mean,
Well, imagine having a turn, potholes. Like I'm falling. I tripped just getting off the toilet the other day, so I'm falling in a marathon running backwards.
oh. I mean, could you really set any a world record dressed as anything?
I mean, I would think so. I mean, back in the day, the Guinness Book of World Records, what did you have to do to set a world record? You had to send a letter in to them and get a newspaper or something like that. Now you can just get on the internet. So,
do you want to know a fun fact?
yes.
I currently hold a world record.
4.
It is the most people to complete a 10K in a 24-hour period.
So you actually share that record.
Yes, with 60,000 other people. But it's still a world record.
No, that's cool. No, that's definitely cool.
I kept I still have my bib. I mean, I was bib 68,000 something, but yeah, we did it.
Right on.
I have an idea, guys.
Huh.
We all find another marathon to do together, and we're going to break the world record for the fastest trio with our legs tied together running the marathon.
Um,
I don't think anyone
that sounds fun and all, but like, how are we gonna train for that?
Do you really need to train for it? Like, just go do it. Just go figure it out.
Here's how you train for a 6-legged race. You just tie your legs together and start running.
I'm going to talk to my wife. I'll be like, babe, I'm going to need you and your dad to come help me on my run a couple days a week, all right?
I want to see the track work.
I don't want to tell you what we're doing, but it's going to be interesting, all right? No, just saying. It's not, I don't think there's a record out there that has that title yet.
Well, in that case, we don't have to. We could take our time. And
that's what I'm saying. Go do it.
Yeah,
Set the
well,
bar.
the fastest marathon in a 10-person costume is 6 hours and 32 minutes. And I feel like we could do a 3-person.
See, you guys are getting me some ideas now. We can do the next monumental.
It's first week of January.
Next monumental is? It's October, right?
Do what?
Monumental?
No, it's in November this year.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
I'm fairly sure. I'm almost
Listeners,
positive.
if you have any ideas for anything that you want us to attempt a world record at when it comes to running a marathon that doesn't risk our lives, then let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
All right. So I'm now looking.
Fastest marathon while recording a podcast by more than one person.
That would be fun.
Fastest marathon while recording a multi-person podcast.
There you go.
That would work.
We'd have to figure out how. Like, are we doing that from our phones? Like,
well, we could record it with the GoPro and then just...
We could. Speaking of recording, guys, and I actually think this is a cool thing, but did you notice that there's a few other run talkers out there that we're close with that are now doing Run Talk lives like we used to do? They do a weekly Run Talk live.
Oh, no way.
I think they call it Run Talk Live also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Should we have like copyright that?
No, they do good. It's all girls that do it. It's Run to the Table is one of them. Jenny, I think I forget her last name. I'm so sorry. I feel bad.
So we should get them on the podcast and do a Run Talk Live versus Run Talk Live episode.
We could do a trivia, like a Family Feud trivia night. Your guys' eyes just went big. We just can't talk about nutrition because they got some nutrition power hitters on their team.
I've been brushing up, buddy.
You're getting your certification.
Brushing up, buddy.
But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty cool. I don't remember what day that they do it. The same like evening every week, and they'll bring on a special guest every time they do it. And I sat in on a few of them, and it's actually really cool stuff that they're doing. You know, I think it's neat. I like that it's an all-female ensemble, minus the guest that they bring in. You know, the guest is male or female. Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing.
Good for them.
But yeah, my daughter's screaming in the background, guys. Sorry about that.
We heard that, yeah.
Well,
summer's coming up. What you guys got going on? You guys any big summer races?
I'm racing this weekend, or Monday, Memorial Day. It's a pretty big 5K that we got here.
What is it?
It's just a Memorial Day 5K.
Okay.
But, and guess what? I think I mentioned it that I might be doing this before, but now I'm officially doing it. I'm directing a race.
Yeah, you mentioned that you were working on directing a race.
Yeah, I'm not like officially the race director, but I'm the race director at the same, like, they're just, the group, the board is kind of leaning on me to handle most of the stuff because I'm here locally where the race is. So
Is the rest of the board not there locally?
not in Flaming Island, no. The race is in Fleming Island. It's called the Fleming
Oh,
Fast
okay.
5.
So where's the rest of the board at then?
Orange Park in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So greater area, but where I'm the one that actually created the course last year because last year was our first year doing it. So I designed the course last year. That's the part that I played. And then this year, the race director from last year is no longer with us. And it kind of happened sporadically, but the race still needs to go on. So I finished filing the permit. Never filed a permit in my life for a race before. Did that today at the county and figuring out porta potties now and police. Those are the two things I'm working on next. Police.
How long is the race?
What's that?
How long is the race?
It's a 5-mile race. It's called the Fleming Fast 5.
Okay. So you need like one set of porta potties?
There's actually where the start and finish is. There's one recreational restroom that's already there because it's at a park. So we have that, and then probably 3 porta potties because we'll only have about 200 runners. It was like last year was the first year we had 135. This year we'll probably have 200. But it's a nice flat out and back, 2.5 out, 2.5 back race, all on a bike trail. Pretty interesting, but I'm nervous and excited and nervous again at the same time.
Why are you nervous?
Because I don't want to get this wrong.
Dude, you recruit like dental people like for a living. Like what is like having a bunch of people run along a bike trail? Like how is that making you nervous?
No, the race itself doesn't, like, that's fine. It's the making sure I get everything done correctly for the race, permitting. Like, there's things on there.
Dude, you run every day, man. Like, you run every day. Like, how big a deal is this?
It's a big deal.
I don't know, man.
Go
I
ask
think
the
you're
race
making a bigger deal out of it.
How big a deal it is.
I think what you do for a living sounds way more complicated than this, so this should be a walk in the park.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I'll let you know how it goes. And if the race is canceled next year, I'm going to go, Chase, you were definitely overconfident in me. So we'll see. But that's what I'm doing. So race planning, 5K race on Monday. And that's it. What about you, Carolyn?
Well, I did the Brooklyn half this past weekend. And it's weird. So I told myself I was either going to do I was going to try and get into the New York United half, the Brooklyn half, or the New York City full. I'm ending up doing all 3. So it was wild, and I got in all 3 through the lottery. So did Brooklyn this past weekend, and that was fun because we kind of made it a fun trip. It was really warm, really humid, and unfortunately for the second year in a row, a runner did pass away. So we actually got a text message about an hour and 20 minutes into the race telling us that they had, conditions had worsened and to slow down. And so if you look at my mile 8 split on, my pace dropped about 30, almost a minute per mile, just because the conditions were a little crazy. But it was a fun race. Running from Brooklyn to Coney Island was such a blast. So yeah, kind of fun ran it.
Favorite part of the race?
Favorite part? Okay, so it was actually being in a big race again. So my marathon was actually like 500 people, but it was a rolling start, and I was by myself for 26 of the 26.4 miles. And it was just so cool being around so many people. And like whenever I wanted to walk or whenever I was getting tired or exhausted, somebody would always cheer me on, or I could look over and I actually ran into one of my Dallas Running Club friends. So we were kind of, moving each other forward. And at one point, I kind of left him to run his own race. So I ran to the other side of the road. And then he ended up following me. So it's like we were just kind of racing off each other. So yeah, just being in a big race again.
Big races are always more fun. Like I just enjoy being in a crowd of people.
Yeah.
Versus, a not so big race. And I know that like it's a little more common for me. You guys live in a little more urban areas, but yeah, it's just fun to be a part of a big group of runners opposed to like a small group.
Exactly. I wasn't weaving as much as I thought I would be, because I was in a corral that was about 10 minutes slower than my PR. So I was weaving a little bit, but after a while it kind of breathed out, so I was kind of able to stay in one spot. But so yeah.
Well, and Chase, to your point, still one of my favorite fun moments of the Chicago Marathon is when I caught back up to you at like mile 11 or so. I don't remember what mile it was. And he's running with somebody, this girl, and he goes, "Oh, this is my friend Jake. Jake, this is," and he introduced me to this person, like you've been her best friend forever, and you just met her 15 minutes prior to that, so, in the middle of the race. Yeah, I remember that well. I don't remember her name, but I remember that moment.
I don't either. Sorry, whatever your name is. Probably not listening to this.
No, and I don't know if you guys ever heard of this race, but there is a race, and I was just confirming it on my phone here. A pretty popular race in California coming up called the Beta Breakers. Have you ever heard of Beta Breakers?
No, I don't think so.
It's a 12K race. It's in San Francisco. It's a. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this race. It's a wild. Like everyone wears costumes. You will see naked people running. I mean, it's also San Francisco, so like you see them running, but it's a big race also, like a very big race. Like you'll get people that their costume is they're wearing a Smurf outfit, but they just paint their body blue and run naked with blue. Like and I forget what it is they support. It's something like I don't remember what it is. I'll have to look it up. But I did do it when I was in college.
Really? You did?
No, I did not run naked. I ran with clothes. I didn't even run in a costume. I ran normal. But that was my first, like, oh my God, what did I sign up for? Just going there and seeing that.
Did I ever tell you guys about the worst pizza in St. Louis?
You what?
Did I ever tell you about the worst pizza in St. Louis?
In St. Louis?
Yeah, in St. Louis.
Okay, no.
So I'll get the finishing part out of the way right now. The worst pizza I've ever had is Emo's Pizza in St. Louis. It is the so-called St. Louis style pizza. I don't know why St. Louis feels like they need to have a style of pizza or why they even think that that's pizza, but that's beside the point of the story. I just wanted to get that out of the way. A few years back, me and my family, we went to a Cardinals game for a baseball game, and then afterwards we went out to go get pizza. Emo's was the only place open. We're eating. My little brother at the time was probably 9 or 10 years old. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we see a police escort, a bunch of like people on bicycles, like through the middle of St. Louis. And we're just like, what's going on? My dad rides bikes, so he's just like, maybe it's like a night ride. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then we start like looking a little closer at what's going on, and we're like, that doesn't. It looks like they're wearing bathing suits. Maybe like, are they coming from a triathlon? Like, what's going on? This one guy stops right in front of our window. He is wearing nothing but a chef's hat and a chef's apron with his back to us. So we can see his, bare ass right there. And, long story short, then all of a sudden we can see just a bunch of naked people, boobs flying everywhere, just men everywhere, like just a bunch of naked people. Some of them had like body paint on, riding bicycles through downtown St. Louis. It was the strangest thing I'd ever seen, and it was happening for about a couple minutes before my mom was finally like looked over at my little brother, who again was like 9 or 10 at the time, and was like, "Oh my gosh, you can't be seeing this." So anyway, I wonder if that was a Beta Breakers.
I was wondering where the connection was going to be.
Yeah. There's just hundreds and hundreds of naked people riding bicycles through downtown St. Louis in the middle of the night, like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Was that what made the worst pizza, or was the pizza legitimately?
No, the pizza was legit shit. Like, it's...
Okay.
If you ever go to St. Louis and somebody says, "Oh yeah, go check out Emo's Pizza," no, it's trash. Like, believe me, St. Louis style pizza is the worst pizza you will ever have.
I just looked it up. It doesn't look. I mean, it says thin, crunchy crust dough topped with yeast is their St. Louis style pizza.
I don't know.
I'm a pizza guy. I love pizza.
I know, no, dude, I love pizza. Like, that and maybe like one other pizza in my lifetime is like the only time I've ever been like, "Ooh, that's gross pizza." Like,
does pineapple belong on pizza? Just so you know, there's only one right answer.
no.
Yes.
Well, Carolyn's wrong.
Jesus.
Sorry, Carolyn.
Wait, what? Do you have taste buds?
Yes, that's why we don't think pineapple goes on pizza.
Does not belong on pizza.
It's
Yes,
so.
I know tomato is technically.
There's a special level in hell for people like that. Come on now, Carolyn.
Well, they probably have the best marshmallows. Like, come on, it's so refreshing.
But where me and you are in agreement. Well, actually, I'm assuming. Let me ask you a question: do mushrooms belong on pizza?
I'm
No,
not a fan of mushrooms.
Okay, well, I guess I'm wrong on that one because I believe they do. So basically, we can't share the same pizza, the three of us. Which
I don't despise mushrooms, but they're not my favorite. I prefer them not on pizza.
Me and Chase went out to pizza at Chicago with our associated spouses.
That's right. Yeah, you learned that.
Chase was my witness. We I think I told you, but I specifically ordered, because I ordered online, no mushrooms.
Yeah, and they specifically gave us
Pretty
extra
sure they
mushrooms.
brought extra mushrooms on that pizza.
Yeah. What was that? That was that one.
DeFazio? No,
It's one of the best pizza places. Like, most Chicago people would be like, "Yeah, that place is awesome."
Yep. I forget what it's called already. DeFazio?
is it like Giordano's?
No, it wasn't Giordano's. It's like it's another Italian name though. Like,
I know what it is. It's going to come out.
I know, right? It's going to drive us nuts until
It wasn't Pequod's.
Are you sure it's not Giordano's? That wasn't it?
No.
Oh, Illuminati's.
Illuminati's, yes. Thank you.
That's what it was.
Yes, Illuminati's.
And it was good pizza. I mean, I'll give it that. But
I mean, it wasn't bad considering it was caked in mushrooms, but better than caked in black olives. I'll take that.
Or pineapple.
Or pineapple.
So I've had Illuminati's, and I don't like the cheese that they use.
I prefer Giordano's myself.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Also, I love that we just completely transitioned to pizza talk from naked people to pizza talk.
Well,
nothing like talking about naked people that just makes you crave pizza, you know?
I mean, that's why they had that bicycle ride through St. Louis.
Do we still mark our episodes as clean? You know how when you upload your podcast.
I usually mark it explicit just because, like, I don't go back through the entire episode, so I'm really not sure what we say. So I'm just like, better safe than sorry type
I feel like
situation.
we've progressed to like a little bit more loose, being a little bit more loose with our conversations, which I'm okay with. But
Yeah,
I think the listeners like it too. Just saying. I mean, Chase said shit just a little bit ago. So.
I did. Yes. There's really not another word I can think of to describe that freaking pizza place in St. Louis. Emo's. Worst pizza ever.
Well, guys, I have to take it back to running. I have a question for you.
Yep.
We're ahead of schedule when it comes to the Bowerman Mile that's coming up. I know that's not till, I think we mentioned it might be in July.
Yeah. It's actually, it's running a little bit late this year because of like scheduling and stuff, but yeah.
But the field was announced.
Yes.
Ooh.
Who, right now, who is your favorite to win that race?
Okay, remind me the field again.
The field, worthy names: Grant Fisher, Cole Hawker, Jake, Ingebrigtsen, of course, Kessler, Cameron Myers, Yarden Goose, Jake. All of them are notable names. Jake Whitman.
So yeah,
those are
Ingebrigtsen just pulled up with an injury, but
Oh, he did.
But that's still over a month away. That's almost a month and a half away.
Yeah, we got some time.
Yeah, I think Ingebrigtsen's got it. I think when it comes to the Bowerman Mile, I think he's won the last two. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't. If it was the Olympics, if it was a world championship, I would recency bias would say he'd be getting upset. But I think with this being the Bowerman Mile, it's also not a paced event. I don't think so.
No,
I think that he's just going to take it.
Yeah, they don't. This one, they don't even have the lights.
They don't have the track lights, right?
Yeah. I have a dark horse. I don't know. You can't really call it a dark horse. They're all technically capable of winning the race, but my quote unquote dark horse is Yarden Goose this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gotten close to both Ingebrigtsen and to all of them. Kessler,
Hawker.
Obviously third in the Olympics. I think he has a legitimate shot, and I honestly think that he takes it this year, barring any setbacks training wise.
Right. Was it last year or the year before that he set the American record right behind Ingebrigtsen?
2 years ago he set the outdoor American record. Technically, he held, I think, the 5K record for indoors for like 3 days.
Yeah,
and that was broken again.
So, yeah, I would not be shocked if Yarden Goose took it myself. Dark horse, and I can't believe I'm saying this. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have said this. Hobbs Kessler.
Okay, can I tell you something? Whenever I hear Hobbs' name, I think of the announcer. He's Australian, and he's like Hobbs Kessler, and that's all. Do you know who I'm talking about in the Olympics?
Hobbs Kessler.
Yes, and every time he says Hobbs' name, he gets so pumped. So whenever I hear Hobbs Kessler, I'm like, you know what? Yes.
But yeah, I think I really think that Ingebrigtsen's probably going to pull it out, but my dark horse would be Hobbs Kessler. I've been doubting that guy for like years, like 2 or 3 years for sure. And he made the Olympic team. He made the Olympic final. I guess I'm done doubting him. So if there's a dark horse in this, I'm picking Hobbs Kessler.
Is he the guy? Is it him or is it Whitman that went in like unsponsored?
You're thinking of what's his name?
He like ran somewhere in the Northeast.
Yeah. He ran for his track club,
Yeah.
right?
I
Crap! I can't
his
remember who you're
name.
talking about. I know who you're talking about though, because he was he almost made the Olympic team as an unsponsored miler. But no, he's not in this field, or else I would have recognized his name. Jake Whiteman's in the field. He was the world champ the year before Josh Kerr.
Naturally, I'm rooting for Jake Whiteman or Jacob Ingebrigtsen for obvious reasons.
Yep. Cam Myers and Niels Laros, both of those are real. Those are young kids. Those are teens coming on, maybe 20 years old, that are coming up in the sport. So it'll be interesting. Them and Hobbs Kessler, all three of those guys are like 19 years old. Of course, you got Ingebrigtsen, you got Hawker, Ollie Hoare out of Australia, Neil Gurley, Grant Fisher. That'll be an interesting one because he's actually dropping down distance there.
Yep.
So he's coming off. He's coming off when he was at Grand Slam track. What was that, 5,000? He ran his last mile in like 3:54.
And I think he had more in the tank. He was just casually running across the finish line.
So yeah, we'll see what Grant Fisher can do in a legit mile field. Like that'll be fun to watch. And then of course the chariots. But yeah, it's going to be a fun Bowerman mile for sure.
What do we think is the? Well, actually, Carolyn, did you give your vote?
I'm kind of with Chase. I think Ingebrigtsen's going to take it.
Okay.
I think he's had so many chances to kind of perfect pacing. And I'm hoping the Olympics was like a fluke, and he's gonna get it together. So,
do we think the mile or the 1500 is like when it comes to track and field? Is it the main event? Like, is it
at the Prefontaine Classic? Yes.
Yeah.
At the Prefontaine Classic.
In general, like if you're going to a track meet, is the mile, in your opinion, the main event?
I wouldn't say so. No, I think the sprints still have that edge, as far as, and it also depends on who the star is, right? Like I think track and field's a very, it's a solo event type thing. So it really depends on who your star is, right? Like if you go to an event with Sydney McLaughlin, most people are probably going to fill the stands for the 400-meter hurdles, right? Especially if somebody like Noah Lyles isn't there to run the 200, or Grant Holloway's not there to do the hurdles on the men's side, something like that.
My only argument is when it comes to sprints, at least at smaller track meets, like, okay, maybe, like high-level championship meets are different, but like you go to these smaller track meets and there's 10 rounds of the 100 meters and there's, or 10 heats, right? Or there's 7 heats of the 200, but then you get to the mile and in most cases there's one heat, like one men's race, one women's race. And it's the race. And it's usually like at the back end of the track meet. It's it's not the final race. I think the 4x4 is typically the final race, but it's one of the final races.
So I have a question. Why or how did the 1500 meter come about? Because, I mean, you're so close to just rounding that up to a mile. Like, what's like the huge, besides the 100 meter difference, obviously, what's the difference between the 1500 and the mile?
Chase wants to take this one.
I don't know that I do. I'm not sure if I know the exact history. Because I can't give you a good answer. Because it was chosen as the Olympic event in the first modern Olympics in 1896. If you Google that.
Yep.
Is that the same person that decided to make the marathon 26.2 miles from 26?
No, that was the reason it's 26.2 miles is because that's the distance that it was from where he ran to the city of Marathon.
Yep.
in the ancient Greek history.
That much I didn't know, but yeah, I just looked up the same thing you looked up, which kind of is the hunch that I had, and that's because it didn't start in America, right? Like it was brought to America,
Right.
and it was the 1500. Like here, we didn't use the same metric system, so we have the 1600,
Mm-hmm.
which still isn't even a true mile. Like there's the mile, there's the 1600, and
Mhm.
there's the 1500. So
Hmm.
I don't know if we answered the question, but we took some
No.
educated guesses.
I mean,
Well,
you did, and it's also a way to like give runners options. Like, oh, you don't want to run a full mile, 1500. It just
Well, like if you do workouts on the track, at least like this is how we do it here. If we say we're doing mile repeats, we're really
Mhm.
doing 1600 repeats.
yeah.
That's we're not doing 1608 repeats or 1609 repeats.
Right.
you're not doing 1,500 meter repeats?
Nope, definitely not. The only obscured number we do is the 1Ks, right? Because you're starting on one side of the track and ending on the other.
Yeah. But, okay, so Jake, you ran in college, right?
Yes, I did.
How, like, coming from, and granted, this has been 20 years ago for Jake and I, so we'll kind of go back that far, but it was really weird. I didn't run a 1,500 until I got to college. It was always the 1,600 in high school. So
Yeah.
when I got to college and started running the 1,500, and I didn't have that little arc, like that first curve, it was really weird.
Yeah, no, it was. Took some adjusting to. I'll tell you what, the other, oddly enough, thing it took some adjusting for me to do is, granted, I come from a really small town where we did not have an all-weather track. In fact, none of the schools in our district, we ran on dirt tracks.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's what I was used to running on. That's what I ran my times on until we got to like sections and state, like then we were running on all-weather. But consistently running on an all-weather track, like I felt like I was on top of the world my first probably like 2 months there. Like,
That's
yeah,
great.
I'm just gonna go run my all-weather track, guys. What are you gonna do?
That's
that
the
that
things you
took
take
most
for
of this.
granted, huh?
Really, like we used to, our track team the night before track meet, our workout would be we'd have to go paint the lines on the track.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But no, to your point, it definitely took some getting used to, and I don't know that I ever got used to it. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I ever figured it out. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird to, like, it was so weird to start on a straightaway.
Yeah.
As a distance runner, like, it was so weird to start on a straightaway.
yeah. And then, well, you didn't do track in school, right? And have you ever done a track meet at all, ever? Like an open meet, open race?
No. Mm-mm.
Sign up for one. You should try it one time.
Yeah, Dallas has some.
Yeah.
I feel like, so I have imposter syndrome really bad because a lot of Dallas runners are so fast.
And
So,
just go
yeah.
for the fun of it.
Well, we should all join up down there for the next Dallas Open track meet. And,
I would do it.
yeah, let's go.
It's so much fun. Well, when's the last time you raced on a track, Chase?
What would you count racing, I guess?
Well, not like starting and finishing a race on there, but like doing a track meet where you ran a mile on the track or whatever.
So I guess I do. I guess it'd be college. It would have been college. I do. So you guys know about the Ikeden event that I do through my work, where I go to Japan. That's on a track.
Okay.
We do a mile time trial on a track. So I wouldn't necessarily call that a race, but yeah, it's been college since I've really raced somebody.
I'm fortunate to where they do a couple of track series here, and they're fun, and they'll cater to just about all competition levels. Like coming up next month, we have it's called the Night of Miles, and it's a track meet where they only run the mile distance. But they'll
When is
split it
that?
in- Where is it?
When is it?
I'll tell you exactly when it is. It's next
Yeah.
month. I know that.
That sounds fun.
JTC is put on by JTC. Membership renewal. Oh, where's it at? Anyways, night of miles.
Bear with us, listeners. This is what we do from time to time. We need some moments for soft Googling.
We really do. Oh yeah, register now for the Mile. It's called the Mile Festival, July 13th. Yeah.
Is it in June or is it in July?
It says July. Well, it was July last year, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know when it is this year. Track night. Because I don't want to spend the entire show trying to track this
Yeah.
time
No,
out.
but I'm gonna be down there around the 12th, 13th
Of June.
July.
At the very least, there will be like other races. Like there'll potentially be other track races, but for sure other races in general.
Okay.
I'll give you the exact details. Yeah, it's a fun thing. So they'll put you in heats based on your expected time. So you may be running with 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, but you're still going to place based on your age. So of all of them, they'll determine if you'll be it's a 10-year age increment. So it'll be 40 to 49-year-olds.
So if you win your heat, but in the next heat somebody beats you,
it's based on your time.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're going to be close to people your age. Now here's the kicker though, that same night, there's another mile race that's a road race. And it's called I think it's the Big O Tire, the Big Chief Mile Championship. It's put on by a group here called PRS. And it's a really fun one. And that one, they have the beer mile. They have the open mile, which is like what the fast milers do. And then they also break it down. They have a Clydesdale division. And then they do the females and males race separately. And then afterwards, because you're doing 2 laps around a brewery, and then afterwards there's a big after party at the brewery there, and they have pizza.
Well, that sounds like the one I need to go to, Jake. I'm gonna be down there in July, so you hook me
I'll
up.
figure out the exact date for that one too, but it's a fun one for sure.
What do you think you could run a mile in right now?
Right now, 5:20 maybe. Like, not that fast. I say that, I mean, not as fast as I would like to be. How about that? Is probably the more appropriate way.
Carolyn, when's the last time you ran a mile all out?
Never. I've never raced a mile.
Never raced, or just have you ever ran, did a mile time trial or anything?
It's been years. So, but I was actually just looking up Dallas track meets, and there's some in the area, and a lot of them are mile races.
Big Cheap Tire 1 Mile Championship. That's what it's called. And it's June 14th.
We definitely don't have track meets around where I'm at, so I'm enticed to come hang out with you guys.
Yeah, this one's fun. I'm actually going to text it to y'all. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Y'all?
Yes. Y'all.
Y'all. All y'all.
All y'all.
All y'all.
Come
all
back
y'all.
now, year.
I was just having a funny conversation about accents earlier. Who's your favorite? Because I'm gonna bring this back around to running. Who's your favorite RunTok accent? Who's got the best accent in all of RunTok?
Oh God, I don't really.
I don't know.
There's a bunch of them, right? There's a good.
Oh, who is the guy? Dang it! Why am I? He does shoe reviews all the time. Oh, that's really loud. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he does shoe reviews all the time. Super cool guy. I love his stuff. Hold on, I'm going to find it.
I like Greg Pearson. He's got that nice kind of elegant Australian accent going.
What's his name?
Greg Pearson. He's an Australian coach.
Yeah, I don't know if I follow him.
You're missing out. He's good stuff.
Greg Pearson, looking it up. I can't think of the guy's name, but anyways, yeah, there's a couple with accents
Mm-hmm.
that are fun. Running accents. That's Southern. Actually, it's my favorite is Carolyn. I don't know if you follow her.
I was gonna say you too. What is this?
She's got the Southern Texas accent.
God.
Y'all come run the Dallas Marathon with me, boys.
Y'all come on
Yeah.
down.
Come on down, run that Dallas Marathon.
So actually, if y'all run it this year, I'll be volunteering. So I'll throw water at your humid faces.
Humid face.
It's always humid and warm and sad. So, but I'll be volunteering this year. It'll be a good time.
I remember watching a YouTube video of Jeff Foxworthy trying to teach his accent, and he was like, "Yeet yet? You want to?"
We were my new manager at work kept saying we were talking about needing dirt, and he kept saying, I got a heel back here that you can go and you can just have it. I got a heel back here. And we're just like, what are you saying? And I was like, oh, you have a hill of dirt. Like, I got a heel.
Oh man,
I'm gonna get fired if he ends up listening to this.
I got two heels actually.
Yeah, we were making fun of him in the room. We were like, dude, what was that? What was that? A heel?
That's so funny.
And then we started testing him with more words too, and he just like anytime a word ended with ILL, it was like eel. Yeah, that Beal guy.
Oh, ooh, guys, not to change it again.
What do you got, Jake?
Just got a gift in the mail today.
From Skechers?
Skechers. Remember I
Why do
told
we
you
care
I went
about
to
that?
Went to that conference, and the Skechers rep was there, and he was showcasing some shoes that aren't out yet. And I jokingly said, like, "Oh, I'd love to, like, you want to send me some shoes? I'll do a review." He was like, "Send me your input." I was like,
There you go.
Okay.
So what'd you get?
Legit, I know.
So this is like a legit unboxing right here that you haven't even done any looking
right
for?
now because I need to record it. And do
Oh, okay. You got to record. We're recording this. What are you talking about?
Well, I need to do like quality recording content focused on the shoe, but
well, what do you call this podcast, Jake? Is this not quality recording content?
So how about those Cowboys, Carolyn? Let's get back to them.
Tickets are $15 for preseason. $15.
Oh, I meant like actual us. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. That's what I meant. There we go.
I was like, yeah, I already checked preseason. They're cheap.
Football schedule came out. Dallas Cowboys played Christmas against the. I can't call them the Redskins anymore. What are they? The Commanders. Washington Commanders now.
Yes.
Very excited about that.
Good time.
How do you feel about the George Pickens trade?
Listen, we need some receivers. That's what I need to say.
No. See what happens.
I'm more concerned about our draft, which is a lineman, but we'll see. We'll see.
Colts took a tight end, but a good tight end.
So many people are sending me memes now, making fun of the Cowboys because now Washington's good and the Eagles are good. So, and who did Giants? Did they get Russell Westbrook or Russell Wilson? I think it's Russell Wilson.
I think so, yeah.
Quarterback now.
That dude's bounced around the league so much.
Well, he used to be a stud. Like now he's a role quarterback, like a Ryan Fitzgerald kind of guy.
Yeah, he got an ego and just went downhill.
It'd be interesting though, like the Giants, like they're kind of sneakily like putting a lot of pieces together. If they can find a good quarterback in the next draft, they'll be in good shape.
Well, I just think it's sweet revenge. They trade away their star running back to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, good for Saquon Barkley, for sure. Like, I absolutely hated that Eagles team, but like I was so happy for Saquon Barkley.
Oh, I was super happy for that.
Yeah, he made it worth it that they won.
No, 100%. Yeah, and the Giants are probably, they'll never publicly say it, but they're like, ah, damn it. But
they showed that one clip from Hard Knocks like all season long of the owner being like, I don't think I can lose Saquon Barkley. I couldn't live with it if we traded him to the Eagles. Yeah, no.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Yeah.
And who'd you get in return?
And that's why.
And what was your record afterwards? Let's answer all these questions. None of this is running related, guys, but we're also just sports fans in general here.
We're sports fans in general, and the Pacers making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You're a Tyrese Halliburton fan. I know your Kings didn't make it. I'm sorry, Jake.
The only reason I'm rooting for the Pacers is because of Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
So I'm also secretly rooting for. I'm just not rooting for a West Coast team. Like the Knicks and the Pacers are the teams that I'm rooting for. So
no, the Knicks should. No, Nick. I can't say what I want to say about the Knicks on this podcast. I should
say I was rooting for the Knicks when they were playing Boston.
I should say I was rooting for the Knicks whenever it was like between them and like not existing. Like, no, even then I was like, just get the Knicks out of here. Screw them. Hate the Knicks.
I would love to see an Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Dude, that'd be so much fun. Like that series will be so much fun if that happens.
They're just such a
either way. Like so, it has to either be. And again, we're not running. Sorry. Thanks, Carolyn. Yeah.
Carolyn. No, you're fine. I have allergies, so don't have to
What are we talking about?
No, so it's either got to be the Pacers versus the Thunder, or it's got to be the Knicks versus the Wolves. If it's like the Knicks versus the Wolves, or if it's the Pacers versus the Wolves, or if it's the Knicks versus the Thunder, or the Pacers versus the Wolves, it's not going to matter because those are the storylines, right? The Knicks and the Wolves did that big trade where Karl Anthony Towns switched, and the Pacers and the Thunder are just like the exact same team. Like they're scrappy defensively. Yeah. They hustle like crazy. They score a crap ton of points. Like that'd be so fun to watch if the Thunder and the Pacers square off in the finals.
Well, and I want to see Siakam win, like after his trade from Toronto. Like Tyrese, that entire team is made up of either rookies or people that were traded. Like that's all the Pacers are. Outside of what's his name, the center.
Turner?
Yeah, Miles Turner.
Yeah, Miles Turner's been there for 11 years.
He's the vet of the team. So it'll be fun. Carolyn, if you didn't know, basketball, what happens is when they score a touchdown by shooting the basket into the goalie.
She's aware Dallas somehow bought their way into getting the first overall draft pick.
Yeah, no theory there. Come on. We're going to trade away one of the best players in the NBA for an old, aging Anthony Davis, and we're miraculously going to jump up a crap ton of spots with our 1.7% chance to get the first place pick in the draft.
The conspiracies are theorizing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't pick Flag, I'm gonna be peeved.
They're picking Flag. There's no way that they do something that.
Yeah,
that dumb again.
Again.
Yeah, that I don't know. Anyways, conspiracy theories for sure. Like, come on, how can you not think that though? Like, right. You made this this trade that no one expected. There was not in the news in any way.
You traded. They traded one of the faces of the league to the most popular team in the league. and then you get the first overall draft pick in return.
Yeah.
Yeah, it screams conspiracy theory. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it is. I'm just
Yeah. We can do an entire episode on that, because my Sacramento Kings got gypped. They had a better chance to get that pick. All they needed to do was be in the top 4, and they wouldn't have to trade their first round pick to Atlanta, which now they have to trade their first round pick to Atlanta because of their Kevin Huerter trade. So now they don't even have a first round pick. They traded away their star player, De'Aaron Fox, to San Antonio, and they need to get rid of DeMar DeRozan. And now they can't pick anybody in Dallas, who is in the same division of them, is going to, for all intents and purposes, be a better team next year. It's frustrating. Sorry.
I
I'm a
mean,
big basketball fan. If you listeners didn't know this,
I feel your pain. Like, I'm a Pacers fan, and I feel like being a Sacramento Kings fan is along the similar lines, to where you're
We're
always
small
just
market
like
teams.
middle of the pack, right? Like, we're never good enough to really win it all, but we're never bad enough to get the first overall draft pick. Like, it's just the way that it works.
Well, Sacramento has always like gotten a top 7 pick, and then they trade them after 2 seasons. Like, why they haven't traded Keegan Murray yet, I'm confused by that, but I'm happy. But like, we traded away Jimmer Fredette after 2 seasons, and we traded all of our stars. We traded away Pedro Stojakovic, Mike Bibby. I mean, we sent Vlade Divac to the Lakers. Every single person. Doug Christie's the only one that Bobby Jackson, the only ones that stayed there for long term. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm mad. I'm mad at the draft right now. Anyways.
Well, anyway, we're at like an hour and 9 minutes right now. Guess we should wrap this up, huh?
Running / basketball / football / naked people podcast.
Hey, Carolyn, you want to tell everybody where they can find us?
Yeah, you cannot find us running naked races. You can find us everywhere. Facebook, Spotify, YouTube. You can email us at runtalklive@gmail.com. Where else are we? That's all the things. You can find me on TikTok at Carolyn McDuff and Instagram at Carolyn M. Levenway. Chase, where can people find you?
Pretty much anywhere. Chaser, no pacer. Look for him. He's not running naked. Jake?
Jake makes no promises on the naked running, but you can find me at The Cultural Runner on Instagram and on TikTok, and maybe at Vader Breakers and a Blue Smurf outfit. We'll see.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to episode 52 of RunTok Live. This has been an interesting one. I hope you all come back for episode 53. Deuces.
Peace out.